YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Jason from the LOCKTALK, and we're back for another NBA game slate breakdown, free picks, player props, and predictions for today, February 5th, man. Hey, as soon as you know it, February will be done, but let's get rocking and rolling, man. We have a big slate, 11 game slate in the NBA. I'm gonna break down each game as quickly as I can, so I'll probably have to go over some details that I will miss, but if you want to know every single play I'm giving out in my premium chat, we've been absolutely killing it. We gave a free play also on my Instagram, Khalil Ware over 8.5 rebounds. Even if you got 9.5, that also cash easy, man. So make sure you go on my Instagram, give me a follow. But if you want to join me for a free week, join me on Novig. I've been saying it multiple times, man. I'm telling you, watch. It's going to be one of the biggest books because they give you the best lines, man. Not minus 110. You could bet minus 105s, especially if you're going to bet the Super Bowl this week. Get the best lines you can. Don't pay the juice on FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, all these other sports books. You know, these new ones that have been offering you way more options and better lines, man. So let's get straight into it, man. Let's talk about the games today. But also, last time I asked you guys, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, put a thumbs up, man. It really helps me get motivated to come up here every day and drop these plays, especially 11 games. So let's talk about the first game on the board. I see the Bucks against the Hornets. Bucks laying 9.5 points on the road. The biggest thing on this game is who's going to be playing. Is LaMelo Ball playing? I mean, Brandon Miller looks like he's still out. Hornets are not a reliable team on the offensive side without LaMelo, but the Bucks have one of the worst rated defenses in the last 5 to 7 games. So tough to really trust them, but their offense has been absolutely killing it though. Giannis, Lillard. I mean, until I know who is playing, it's a really tough game to call. I don't really know if LaMelo Ball is playing or not. I've looked at the injury report. I mean, it says he's out, but we will see. As of right now, as things stand, because there's no LaMelo Ball and Lillard is also questionable, I would probably stay away. Same thing with Giannis. He's also questionable as well. He's a game-time decision. I will lean with the Hornets, man. I think Hornets plus 9.5. It's too many points given the defensive deficiencies the Bucks have had. But obviously, the injury report is where you want to really find out. Probably close to game time. It's super early right now, so we don't know 100% yet. All right, next game on the board. There's a goodie, bro. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Detroit Pistons. Cleveland only laying 4.5 points. They just lost against the Boston Celtics. They're on a back-to-back, but back-to-backs have actually not hurt them too much. They've performed fairly well in back-to-backs. Pistons, I mean, big dogs. I mean, not big dogs, but everyone is betting the Cavaliers. It makes sense. Cavaliers, the best team in the East, even though they just lost to the Celtics. They got their revenge. I digress, though. Cleveland will still be without Dean Wade. Okoro might be playing today, but Detroit obviously still without Jaden Ivey. Tough game, man. The line's very low. Even on the back-to-back, like I said, Cleveland has done okay on these back-to-backs, so I don't know if it's going to 100% really hurt them in this spot. The one thing is the Cleveland defense has really taken a spiral down from their previous seasons of being a really tough defense. Spread's very low, gets me very curious. Money's all over Cleveland. Is this a trap spot given the travel and all the things like that? I don't know. I mean, Pistons, Cade has really stepped it up, been a star. Very curious, man. At plus 5 or plus 5.5, I'm leaning Pistons. I want to see if everyone's playing though. No one's listed yet on the Cleveland side, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone sat out. Be careful, guys, but this line seems fishy. I'll take the Pistons plus 5. Let's go on to that next game. The next game I see on the board is the Spurs against the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta 5-point dogs at home, and wow, man, I'll say this: Atlanta at home as a dog has been an absolute wagon. They've been covering a ton of those games, and they have another spot here where they could do that. San Antonio still have not been playing that great of defense, man, which is why they have not been covering or doing as well in games. But the big thing is they're going to get the Aaron Fox playing for his first game. We'll see how he does with Wembanyama. Chris Paul is a game-time decision, so looks like the Aaron Fox will likely get full minutes. Besides that, I mean, Wembanyama is playing. Atlanta 5-point dogs at home. You want to bet Atlanta as a dog at home. That's been the trend. Trae Young looks like he's playing. DeAndre Hunter's playing. Dyson Daniels playing. I don't know, man. Obviously, look, De'Aaron Fox is super talented, but we'll see how he gets integrated until their defense steps it up, because it definitely has taken a fall down just like the Bucks. Definitely does not get me motivated to go bet the San Antonio Spurs in this spot. I would love to see De'Aaron Fox get integrated first. I'm sure he's going to do fine once he gets some more playing time with Wembanyama. But give me the Hawks. First game with Fox on the road, San Antonio with Wembanyama. It's not going to be immediate in my opinion. And the Hawks have just been an absolute wagon at home as a dog. So give me the Hawks +5. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to 5.5 once people realize that Fox is playing. All right, guys. Next game I see on the board. This is the 4th game of 11, guys, so appreciate your patience, man. Hit that thumbs up if you've been liking this content, and let me know who you guys got, man. But we got a big game, garbage bowl game, the Washington Wizards against the Brooklyn Nets. And Washington putting some wins together, bro. And Brooklyn also as well, man, just beat the Houston Rockets again. But, you know, it wasn't like they played the full Houston team, but still a great victory nonetheless. I don't know, man. This game's tough. Like, it's a pick'em game for a good reason. Ben Simmons didn't play the last game. Will he play today? I don't know. He's listed as a game time decision, so I think he's going to play. Cam Johnson might also play as well. If they get all these guys back, I actually like Brooklyn a lot more than the Wizards. Look, Wizards have been winning. They've been stepping up since I think Brogdon's been back, but I don't know. Toss-up game, guys. A lot of money, a lot of the bets are on the Nets, though, given probably because of the things I said with Cam Johnson and Simmons being back. That's why I would lean, man. I still don't trust either team, but I still don't trust Wizards just because they got 2 victories, though. But hey, having Brogdon back has definitely been huge. All right, guys, next game on the board that I do see. Let's talk about it. Miami Heat against the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers, 1.5 point dogs at home. And man, they sold me on that first half. They were killing the Dallas Mavericks in the first quarter. Then just had so many turnovers and dumb plays. I think Embiid has been dragging his team down, bro. He's messing up the chemistry. He was taking dumb shots, was unable to get rebounds. You could tell he's not 100%. He doesn't move as fluidly or as quickly as he usually does or used to. But the thing about this game is Paul George, Eric Gordon might be back, and that would be interesting if they came back. Yabusele at the center. I don't know, man. We have Khalil Ware as our prop yesterday, blowout winner. I don't know, man. It's a tough game. Miami has been playing okay. Their defense has not been as good. Like I said in the last video, the Sixers have been really stepping it up recently. I'm interested to see. It's a pick'em type game. A lot of money's on the Sixers. They've been hot, even though, you know, they didn't look their best in my opinion in their last game, even though PJ Washington was out on the Dallas side. So maybe with this, you know, lesser lineup, but without Embiid, they step it back up to their old form in their last few games. So let me get back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to give them a second chance. I like them at home on this back-to-back for both teams. Obviously, no trouble for the Sixers. Give me the Sixers, man. All right, guys. We're chopping through these quick, man. I'm going to try and chop this down as quickly as I can. Next game on the board I do see is the Memphis Grizzlies against the Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors got blown out. Well, I guess blown out, but they were getting blown out. Kind of came back. But now they're going to be facing one of their tougher tests. The Memphis Grizzlies laying 9 points on the road. Obviously, it's a weird spot because after this game, they do have 2 days of rest, but they have a big West Coast trip in against all their rivals. So is this a look-at spot? I don't know, but the injury report on the Memphis side is interesting because Brandon Clark, Conchar, Marcus Smart, and Vince Williams are all game-time decisions. Desmond Bane is out, so that's pretty big. He's a big piece of this team, but John Morant is playing. I don't see anywhere he's out yet, but we will see and find out. On Toronto side, Poto, I think he got hurt, so I don't think he's going to be playing today. Still no RJ Barrett, but he's a game-time decision. He had a concussion. Boucher's a game-time decision, so there's a lot of injuries on this report. So we'll see who ends up playing or not. I am not 100% sure, but as things stand right now, Toronto's actually been one of the better teams on back-to-backs. Great team at home, getting a lot of points, man. I wouldn't be surprised if this line keeps on moving up if more people get called in and more people get called out for Toronto. Obviously, Poto being out will be huge, but they got Olynyk, who's not that bad. Their defense, obviously, in my opinion, takes a step down with quickly being there, but Jamal Sheehy plays on the bench. I don't know, man. I think I have to go with this trend maybe. Give me Toronto +9. I don't love it, but the injury report's so big, it's really hard for me to make a decision right now. But as things stand, I think Memphis wins this game, but I don't think they totally blow them out. I think this might be a look-ahead spot for them. I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto kept this game a little bit close. All right, next game, Chicago Bulls against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota leaving 11 points at home. And man, let me stop you right there. I don't care who Minnesota plays. They're one of the most untrustworthy teams at home, laying big numbers. There's no way I would want to do this. Even against the Bulls, who have been kind of, not playing too well, even though they totally crushed the Heat last night. On back-to-backs, they've been okay. Not the best team, but I don't know, man. I mean, look, their team's definitely a little withered away without LaVine, but hey, I mean, they did good against a highly rated defense in the Miami Heat. Obviously, Minnesota's a little bit definitely better, but with Randle being out, DiVincenzo being out, they definitely are missing some offense. Obviously, Edwards is a star. He definitely tear up this team, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of points. Minnesota has not been a great team covering at home on big spreads. Give me Chicago plus 11. I don't love it. The public's actually all over the Chicago Bulls right now as well, so it's a little interesting. A public dog, but you know what? I still think, there's no way I want to lay 11 points with the Timberwolves. I'll probably avoid it. Maybe this game will be better for props more than betting aside, but for the sake of the video, give me the Bulls plus 11. All right, guys, if you've been with me this long, we got 4 more games left. Let's go break it down. Next game I see on the board is a rematch, man. The Pelicans against the Denver Nuggets. Gordon, game 10 decision on the Denver side. Other than that, all the injuries are basically the same, except obviously Westbrook and Watson are still out on the Denver side. So Pelicans, I mean, they got kind of blown out. They kind of were coming back at one point. I had a prop with Trey Murphy, PRA. He blew that out the water. And it looks like they're going to be moving him to the shooting guard position versus the small forward position. Looks like they'll have Javonte Green as a small forward. Pretty interesting. Obviously, DeJounte Murray, I believe he's still out. I think he's out for the rest of the season with that injury, so don't think he's coming back. Daniel Tice might be coming back from off the bench. So, I mean, look, in this game, a similar analysis. I think the Pelicans can keep it close, but they were 12-point dogs last time. Now they're 10-point dogs. They were the same spread as last time, but they lost by 12. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I'll still roll with the Pelicans. I think they keep this game close in a revenge spot in a back-to-back. Not my favorite game on the board, but maybe just roll with some more props. Again, it should be another high-scoring, fast-paced game. Next game on the board, we had the Golden State Warriors against the Utah Jazz. Golden State laying 6 points on the road, man. Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green are game 10 decisions, but I think they all play today. On the Utah side, it looks like everyone's going to be playing. Sexton is out here. He tweaked his ankle, so that definitely sucks. But they're going to be playing Keontae George on the Utah side as a shooting guard. Markkanen's a game 10 decision. I don't want to bet this game until I know if Markkanen's playing, but if Markkanen does play, I like Utah plus 6. I think that's way too many points for Golden State. They have not been a great team on the offensive side. Defensive side, I stepped it up a little bit since Draymond's been back, but that also has not been that great either. There's too many points for me to lay with Golden State. So give me Golden State. Give me the Utah Jazz plus 6, especially if Markkanen's playing. All right, guys. Last 2 games on the board. Let's talk about it. The Phoenix Suns against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City laying 12 points. Kevin Durant is a game 10 decision. If you watched my last reel, I think he's getting traded. He's not just sitting out because he's actually hurt, in my opinion. So if he's out, there's no way I want to lay, even though they're getting a lot of points, get a lot of points with the Phoenix Suns. I think OKC can blow these guys out, especially if Jalen Williams comes back. Right now, he's a game-time decision. There's no way I want to look at this game, man. Oklahoma City can blow these guys out. Phoenix Suns, look, I mean, they've been a good first-half team on the road, but without Kevin Durant, their offense takes a huge dip. OKC has one of the best defenses. OKC, yes, they have not been great at covering big spreads, maybe except recently, but I like OKC in this spot. Give me OKC minus 12. There are other ways to play this game, I believe, other than just betting the spread. But, yeah, no way I'm going to be getting the points with the Phoenix Suns, even though they do still have some talent, but without Durant, man, I don't care if Beal's coming off the bench, bro. Or if he's starting as a small forward. Yeah, I mean, give me OKC, man, this spot. All right, guys, and the last game on the board, 10 p.m. Eastern time start. The Sacramento Kings against the Orlando Magic in Sacktown, in Beantown. Hey, man, LaVine is going to be starting. This is his first start with the Kings. He's played with DeRozan before, so I do believe there'll be some type of chemistry. But this is a tough game, bro, because Orlando, even though their defense has been pretty good, their offense has been absolutely terrible. Sacramento's defense has not been good, though. So maybe Orlando's offense kind of wakes up, but I don't know. I kind of doubt that, to be honest. it's a very tough game to cap because we don't know how exactly LaVine will be. I imagine their offense will still be playing well, but will Orlando's offense be able to step up in any fashion? And that's the biggest question mark in this game, which makes it hard to cap. Look, I think LaVine's a great player. I think he's going to have some type of chemistry with DeRozan. I think Sabonis and Malik Monk will definitely be able to use him in their offense. I think Malik Monk as the starting point guard is a great spot. I think this Sacramento team will do very well. I think the Sacramento team will, win a lot of games. I think they're going to be, in the move to try to make a playoff spot, but I don't know, man. I'm still going to give some benefit to the Magic. I think the Magic can possibly win this game and cover this game. Everyone in the world is going to be on the Kings, given the fact that LaVine's on this team. Everyone's super hyped up, but not me, man. Give me the Magic plus 5.5. I think there's a possibility they could win this game outright. Their defense will definitely, give them some foundation. I think their offense can step it up as the Kings' defense has not been stellar at all. But guys, you've been enjoying this content and you've been watching me to the very end. Thank you so much, man. Make sure you subscribe and leave a thumbs up so you never miss the next one. If you guys want to tap in for premium to cash out like all my other guys, you already know what to do, man. Go to that pin comment down below. Get yourself a big discount or join us for a free week in premium. I'll see ya mañana.